going on? What's going on? It's your man Diamond K, of course. The Diamond K Show. We're doing something new today called Feedback Friday, and I'm going through questions, comments, and giving you answers. So a lot of things that we have to talk about today. All right, so we're going to talk about. We put a lot of stuff out there on our social media, and folks have like the wildest things to say, and I thought that we would go through some of those things. So when you talk about household chores, right, who does them? The men, women. That is the first topic that we are going to get into. So when it comes to this kind of stuff, chores, I don't know, I don't believe now that everything has a gender role, but I think that certain things have a gender role. For instance, I think that if there's a man in the house, the man should take out the trash. I don't think that's crazy. I don't think that's controversial, but I do. I do. Um, I think that a man should wash the car, but I mean, of course, I love to see a bikini car wash, right? I think that a man should shovel the snow. These are all things that they're gender roles from that standpoint. Now, when it comes down to the things other than that, other than washing the car, I think a man should pump the gas, right? Other than that, I mean, a man should, like I said, clean the ice off the car, that kind of stuff. I think a man should do that. But of course, I'm not saying that a woman can't do it. And obviously, if you women out there, if y'all don't have no men, then of course y'all getting y'all trash day on, y'all getting y'all snow shoveling on, and all that. But I want to talk about this housework. Should a man or woman do the housework? Now, I'm not talking about that stuff. Now, let's talk about the cooking. Let's talk about the cleaning. Let's talk about washing dishes, laundry. Who's supposed to do those things? Who's supposed to do those things? Is there anybody that's supposed to? Like, do you have to do that, right? If a man is doing this, is something wrong. If a lady's doing this, is something wrong. So we put this out on social media, and if you are watching us on youtube.com/DJ Diamond K, or on Facebook, or on X, or on LinkedIn, you can see the actual post, but I'll read it. So a woman, Kayla Williams, said that a man is not supposed to cook, wash dishes, or wash his clothes if he got a woman. So she says that a man should not cook, man should not do dishes, or do laundry if he has a woman. So sounds like to me, she is saying that these things are a woman's job. That's how I'm taking it. That's how I'm taking it. Do you agree with this lady? Or do you think she's wrong? Do you think she's right? Of course, I want to hear from you on all social media. I'm at the Diamond K Show, or send me an email, djdiamondk@gmail.com. So anyway, we put this out there yesterday, and we got a whole bunch of comments and some interesting takes on this. So I asked folks if they thought this was right or wrong, and a lady on Instagram, business underscore savvy, says that, and I don't do dishes, so that part, okay. Somebody else on Instagram says that, and she would be correct. So this is a guy. So the guy agrees. The guy says that a woman, if she has a man, that he should not be cooking, should not be doing dishes or laundry. And a lady, she had an interesting take on it. Janera underscore is underscore one underscore in underscore eight underscore lifetime. That's a mouthful. She said that's if he have a stay-at-home woman, right? So she's saying this is a kept woman, and she said y'all hosts be slow when y'all both working, or one is in college and one work with or without kids. It's a job. Now, both of you MFers need to keep things for yourself balanced. So she's saying that everybody should do their own thing. And y'all want everything to be so equal except for y'all household responsibilities. What y'all fake in love or what? She says. So she seems like she's trying to say that it should be a balance, and everybody's supposed to pull their own weight. I tend to agree with that. Shelly says that good luck to you. For me, a man definitely got to know some life skills in order to be considered a man. And so she's saying that these are life skills. She's saying that a man cooking, doing dishes, doing laundry, etc., is a life skill, and that if a man is not doing that, he is not really a man. Um, and so a guy responded to her, said that knowing life skills and doing laundry is two different things. So is laundry a life skill? Is doing the laundry a life skill? I don't know. I suppose it is, right? I was dating this woman once, and she told her son to sweep the floor. And normally they had a maid service come, and so the maid service came on Saturdays, and this is the middle of the week, and his room was a mess. And I was telling her, your boy needs to clean up his room. She's like, the maid service doesn't come, until Saturday. And I'm like, well, he could pick up a broom and sweep for himself. And so she was like, you think he can? Okay, so mind you, the kid was 13. Okay. So I told him, get the broom, sweep the floor. So he's sweeping, and just the little dude could not sweep. Like and so I'm thinking he's playing. I'm thinking that he's playing, like the way he's holding the broom crazy. He's making crazy motions. The dust is going everywhere. And I'm like, yo, that's not, come on. And so she's like, she had never made him sweep. Right. So I told him that when he gets in life, this is a life skill that he's supposed to know how to do. Sweep the floor. Right. I thought everybody had to do chores. And so I had to do chores. We had to list on the refrigerator and all that. So I was talking to my mother about, this kid that is the son of this girl I was dating. And I said, Ma, he didn't know how to sweep. And she was talking about she got a maid service and all that. And I just couldn't believe it. So I'm thinking my mother's going to side with me. So she was just kind of like, maid service? If I could have afforded a maid service when you was coming up, we would have had a maid service. I'm like, what? That was an option? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So I'm saying I just say these things are life skills. Cleaning up for yourself, everybody don't know how to do that. Everybody does not know how to do that. Everybody doesn't know how to cook, but you got to eat, so they can figure some things out. And I think that doing laundry, I think, is a life skill. I do think that household chores are a life skill. Now the question is, should a man be doing it or should a woman be doing it? And that was what we put out there. And just tuning in, Kayla Williams, we put this on our Instagram at the Diamond K Show, and she asked if a man. She said a man is not supposed to cook, not supposed to wash dishes or wash his clothes if he has a woman. And we've been going through some of the interesting comments about this. And so Ethel _8101 says those are basic life skills that his parents should have taught him. And Faith and Fitness says he must pay for everything. Like, why does he have to pay for everything for the woman to do these things? Somebody else says that they do not agree at all. And Shelly said same. And somebody says, yes, it's up to the man to work and take care of his family. That's interesting. So in some instances, some people are old school, that traditional thing. Diva Doll says, a girl bye. You want attention. If you're home doing nothing all day, yeah. And somebody else says, baby, my husband do it all because we are a team, period. She says, okay. Jesus Jones says that if he has a wife, he shouldn't. But then again, it's not his wife's responsibility. If the wife wants to do it, fine. Too many single people out here doing married people stuff. And Lawrence says that only females gonna disagree and have a problem with what she says. A lot of interesting comments on that. Yeah, and that was on Instagram that some of those comments were, and I'm gonna go to the Facebook comments on that. So men, who should do who should do the the laundry? Who should do the cooking? I mean, so what if your wife? Because I've dated women who couldn't cook. I didn't want her to cook because she could not cook well, right? Some women are not good. Now, so here's the thing with me. I can cook. I don't have a problem with somebody cooking. I think that it's a balance. Sometimes I feel like cooking. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I want her to cook. With regards to laundry, laundry was one of the chores that I had to do growing up. I'm completely comfortable doing laundry. I prefer to do my own laundry because I like to wash my clothes a certain way. And so I don't like anybody else washing my clothes. My grandmother washed my clothes sometimes when I was at her house. My mother sometimes washed the clothes, but then when I got to a certain age, I washed my own clothes. But if I'm in a hurry or something, I would prefer my mother or my grandmother to wash my clothes. Anybody else that I've dated over the years to wash my clothes, I didn't particularly care for the way that they wash the clothes. I prefer to wash clothes myself. But that's me. That's me. But that doesn't mean that if she does, I don't know. I don't believe that it should be structured in that way. That's me, right? But I'm not one of those old school people. I believe that this is a team, and we're in teamwork. So let's go back to some of these comments. Okay, so somebody just outright says, "Please, 100%. Each is what it should be." Okay. So I think that they agree 100%. They said, Augustus says, I don't agree with this for all men, but it's a true statement for me, he says. So some people are saying that they agree that women should be doing the housework, the laundry, the dishes, the cooking, the cleaning. Interesting. So we're going through some of these comments. Very interesting. Joey Kane said, "Where's she at?" So he likes that. Zaki Sweets on Facebook says that as long as I never have to take out the trash, do yard work, or participate in heavy lifting, then I'm actually okay with this. Now, to me, the other thing comes down to you got to know who you're dating. You got to know who you're dating. And y'all have to have these conversations. Y'all got to have these conversations. So Zaki says that it's kind of a trade-off. So she's saying she doesn't want to take out trash. She doesn't want to do yard work or participate in heavy lifting. And then they're cool with that. Now, so in an instance like that, I'm fine with that. We got the laundry thing, but that aside, and then it's an agreement, right? I'm doing this kind of stuff. You're doing this kind of stuff, and we're still a team, and teamwork is happening. Right now, Corey, well, man, Corey, he's a cooking dude, right? He cooks. Shout out to Corey. So Corey says, BS. Nobody is allowed in my kitchen. She need to keep that ignorant stuff to herself. Okay. That is what Corey is saying about that. AP Flip on Facebook says, can't agree because I'm still an adult. And if I'm hungry, I'm whipping that stove and washing my clothes at the same damn time, he says. Okay, all right. I feel you on that. Rashawn says, nah, F that. I can cook and my dishwasher does wonders. Stay away from my clothes. I don't need them smelling like floral sunshine. Right. Yeah, yeah. So it's definitely a big part of that is what laundry detergent they're using and all that. And everybody don't like to smell like flowers and all of that. I thought that was interesting. Of course, just tuning in the Diamond K show, and we are talking about some of the I'm going through some of the comments and all of that. This is Feedback Friday, and we go through comments and read folks' statements. So, like I said, it depends on what you want. You need to know who you're dating, and you need to talk about these things. If you are a traditional guy and you want to have your household be traditional, quote unquote, then you need to have the conversation, and then you need to be able to carry out the responsibilities of that traditional household. See, some people, sometimes the men and the women, they want traditional when it's convenient, and then they don't want traditional when it's inconvenient. That's a problem. That's a problem out here. We can talk about that another day. But you got to be on the same page with your partner, essentially, same page with your partner. Okay. Next thing that I want to get into, Jonathan Majors. We've talked about Jonathan Majors over time. The actor had a lot of trouble. His ex girlfriend has now dropped the lawsuit that accused the actor of defamation and sexual assault. Now, his career has been tremendously damaged. Jonathan Majors was rising as an actor. He was getting all of these roles. He had some other things on deck. Then boom, this scandal hits and derails all of his stuff. And so we posted this story, and folks had a lot to say about it. Um, Obviously, her dropping this federal lawsuit is good. And according to reports from Variety, less than a month before Jonathan Majors was sentenced to probation in his domestic violence trial in April, the ex girlfriend Grace hit the actor with a lawsuit. Now, attorneys for both parties filed a joint notice with the court on Thursday, and this stated that all claims against the defendant in the above captioned action are hereby dismissed with prejudice. And so some of folks, had a lot to say. You remember this going on. So he is right now happily engaged. We'll talk about that in a minute. DJ Swish from New Jersey said that karma will get her. And but Mickey Meeks 30 on Instagram says that I doubt it. I believe he did do it, but they made an example out of him. And he responded that karma has no expiration date. Karma has no expiration date, he says. And so they're going back and forth. So she says that I never said that, but okay. And Casper Bernstein, DJ Casper Bernstein, said that is crazy. This is an interesting comment. So she says, this is on Instagram. Back in the day, he would have got hung. Think about that. Now, think about many of the, I guess, falling black fellows from 12 and up who was also falsely accused of this BS. Send her to jail. F karma. Where's his justice? Where is the respect that need to be rebuilt on that man's shoulders? She said. She got a problem with this. So she said the disgust and harm and backlash as a as a African American black man, he had to endure while in a building relationship, the strain on him and his family that it caused. Like, give this man a lawyer who can put the chocolate icing on that goddamn boba tea. I'm going to God and I'm telling, she said. She's very angry about this. But yes, Jonathan Majors went through a lot in that situation. He did something. Was it mutual? There was a lot going on in that situation. And some people were saying that's what he get dating that girl, blah, 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 blah. And there was a whole lot. There was a whole lot with that. But essentially, I think that he's just glad that it's over with. I think that he's glad Majors. I think that he's glad that he can just move on. And somebody else said, Moneybag Treese said that she will not prosper, though. Karma gonna eat her up right at the right time. So a lot of folks talking about karma. And what is karma really? So when something happens to you, do people used to say back in the day when we were kids, they would say that's what you get. That's what you get for what you did. And folks will say that is karma. So I think that it is good that this situation is over and he can move forward. He has a relationship built through this. I don't know how he did it, honestly. It's hard to do stuff like that, building a new relationship while you're in the midst of turmoil and all that. So his career, Jonathan Majors' career, has been affected. He is still an actor. Right? He's 35 years old, and he went to Yale School of Drama. For those that know, and the ex-girlfriend dropping the assault and defamation lawsuit is a good thing. And like I said, he is newly engaged. Um, but so I'm seeing someone saying that it is still will damage his career long term. And I agree with that. Sadly, it will. But he is newly engaged, and these alleged domestic violence claims from his last partner definitely have led to a recent decline in work. It's led to removal from a major film series, but he is dating Megan Good, and that has I think been a good thing. She's had his back. She showed up. She stood beside him when many folks did not want to stand beside Jonathan Majors. Megan Good stood beside him. And there have been rumors about his finances. Um, and according to rumors, she is actually financially supporting him, or has been in recent months, while he's fighting to get back on top. And a lot of folks are talking about it, and talking about the fact that he splurged big during the height of his fame. Reportedly, he spent over 3,500 on luxury vehicles. He is said to own a Mercedes S-Class worth about 96,000, and a BMW 7 Series, an Audi A8, a Lexus LS. Also owns a 3-bedroom apartment in LA. Despite his advice to young actors to keep your rent low, he said in an interview. Right, but he could afford it, and y'all probably can't. This domestic violence allegation, or allegations with an S, has cost him millions. And hopefully he can bounce back, because major productions have distanced themselves from the actor. Majors is set to star in a revenge thriller coming up. So it's called Merciless. He's going to star in that, and we're going to see how that goes. In the film, Majors is going to play the role of a CIA interrogator who saves the life of the woman he loves after she was overtaken by an evil force. This will be Majors' first film following the domestic violence conviction and all of this stuff. So we'll see if he's able to bounce back. Hopefully he will. Everybody makes mistakes. I don't know exactly where he is mentally. Hopefully he has gotten himself together, got some impulse control, and all the things that are needed to have a healthy a healthy life and a healthy relationship. Of course, on all social media, I'm at the Diamond K Show. And I need to get in touch with me. Very easy to do that. djdiamondk@gmail.com. And make sure you're subscribed on youtube.com/DJ Diamond K. So I have a brand new single out. It is called Booty Bounce. It is off my forthcoming Christmas project. But yeah, you can get that anywhere you get music, you stream music. Just search Diamond K and Booty Bounce, and you will get that. You will stream that, listen to that. I will be back here, of course, tomorrow, 6 p.m. But we are doing this Feedback Friday. Every Friday, we're going to go through the comments. Thank you very much. We're going to go through the comments, and we are going to give you questions, answers, and I'm going to read some of your comments. Looking forward to that. So I will see you guys tomorrow.